One of the major things that starting a new draft changed for me is the whole meet cute that my characters have. The idea was it's New Year's, Rowan is leaving the club early and she can't afford to get a regular Uber home because they're just like so expensive. So she's outside waiting for the prices to go down, or she's thinking about getting a shared Uber. And here comes Miles. He just like stumbles up next to her and he's very charismatic and open and talkative and a little sarcastic and just very on a different vibe than what she's on because of what happened when she was in the club. But that was their original meeting. It was very spontaneous, very like, oh my God, there you are. And for no other reason than for the fact that I needed them to get together and start talking to one another, they spark a conversation and then their night goes on. And in the moment while I was writing it, I was like, oh my God, this is so good. Like, yeah, people are gonna love this. And then I really took a moment to sit back and I was rereading that original draft and I was like, okay, this makes absolutely no sense. Why on earth would a woman just go with this random man that she met on the side of the street that she has no prior knowledge of, no mutual friends, no Instagram followers, like he was alone, she was alone. Why would she ever go with him? And that's when it dawned in my head that I was like, yeah, this cannot be the first time they meet. They have to have known each other already. Which brings me to my new plot point, which is Rowan and Miles went to school together and they grew up together. They know each other. They weren't close friends, or really even in the same friend group, but they know of each other. And that way it just makes it a little more realistic that she would go with him. It also allows me to add some depth to their characters and talk about their childhoods and their upbringing, and just gives them more depth, because if we're only meeting Miles and Rowan right here, right at this moment, everything that she learns about him is just from what he's told her. But when you have someone who you've grown up with and you went to school with, you know these random little things about them. You know what subjects they're good at. You know if they raise their hand or not in class. They're just these random little things. You know what sports they played. And there's less need to have all that exposition and explain all of that, whether it be through like dialogue or I don't know. I don't even know how I would have showed it. Maybe like a memory book that Rowan gets to go through at some point. But the point is, by starting over, I was able to rework their meeting and just make it make way more sense, and saved me a lot of time, because I'm sure this would have come up at some point, whether it be with myself during editing or maybe with an agent or a publisher. Maybe they would have said like, hey, let's rework this. Doesn't really work. So I'm glad I did that.